justice for all. Texas flag, on the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Oh, come on, let's go. Mission. Vision. Motto.
Believe, achieve, succeed.
Good. Core beliefs, campus core.
Culture, inspire, excellence.
Student core.
Academic, brother, character, perseverance, service. We believe that success is brought about
Our actions are governed by the strength of character rather than winds of emotion. We resist excuses, holding ourselves accountable for our actions. We are successful through honesty, humility, and pursuit of intellectual excellence. We are loyal to our family. We are brother's keepers. We are committed to our community. We are servants of mankind. We have the audacity to succeed. We are the Barack Obama Male Leadership Academy. We want to sing up. We want to sing "Come Close." Come close. All right, so we'll. All right, school song.
The best of USA.
Moment of silence. Okay, you may be seated. Okay, so we're still focused on line 2. We have the audacity to hope. Hope is a very important thing. It gives us motivation to strive for our best and to work hard for a better future. So we should all have hope that what we are today is not necessarily what we can be tomorrow. So if you want to change, then you have to work for it and have belief in yourself that tomorrow's day is going to be a better day. Okay, so let's all get in rhythm. I'm going to give you all about 3 minutes, and after that, we'll get started. Okay, here we go. 3 minutes. Okay, so the Dallas Youth Magazine survey. So brothers, whenever you get the chance, you should try to scan the QR code. It's on the leadership lounge as well, and submit the survey for the brother who's trying to write for the Dallas Youth Magazine. And we do have one birthday, so let's give it up for our brother John Hernandez, 7th grade. All right, happy birthday, brother. Hopefully you have a great day today. All right. All right, all right. So happy birthday, Brother Hernandez. And from there, I'm gonna stop sharing. And we have here Brother Giovanni Mendez from the 10th grade. Yes, so we can have one presentation, and then from there we'll do announcements, and then we'll dismiss some folks. So, Brother Mendez, the floor is yours.
Okay then. Mhm.
Brother, I don't know if you're talking or not, but you're muted.
Could you hear me now?
Yeah, you're good now.
Okay. Let me start over. My presentation will be on the Haitian Revolution. Known as Saint Domingue, Haiti was the French colony and the world's leading sugar producer. It had over 800 sugar plantations and made profit from all that made even more profit than all of the 13 American colonies combined. It made so much money that in today's money, it'd be worth over 1,844,000,000. The French population was basically a few French families lived in Saint Domingue and made huge profits from the sugar, while most Haitians, nearly 500,000, were African slaves that worked harvesting and making the sugar. The working population were mostly slaves and outnumbered their masters drastically, but their white masters used brutal methods and punishments to terrorize the slaves to keep them powerless, mostly by whipping, as you can see from the image right here. When the French Revolution occurred during the time, the white settlers on Haiti called for independence. Buckman Duddy, a Haitian slave, an early leader of the Haitian Revolution, called on the slaves to start their own revolution. In 1791, around 100,000 slaves were convinced to revolt. They burnt the sugar canes in the fields and killed hundreds of slave owners. The rebellions lasted for over 13 years, with both sides suffering massacres. Toussaint Louverture, an educated former slave, wanted to end slavery and gain independence for Haiti. He rallied slaves to revolt in 1791 and led armies against the French, Spanish, British, and by 1801. He took control of the territory, freed the slaves, and created a constitution. He led the first successful slave revolt in the New World. When Napoleon Bonaparte Bonaparte took power in France, he decided to reclaim the wealthy sugar plantations of Saint-Domingue. In January 1802, 16,000 French troops arrived in Saint-Domingue to try and get rid of Toussaint. Toussaint urged the Haitians to fight back against the French, but didn't agree to halt the revolution if the French ended slavery. He was also told to go to France to discuss about the terms. Despite the agreement they both had, the French accused him of planning another uprising, and the French sent him in an icy prison in the French Alps. 10 months later, in 1803, Toussaint Louverture died of pneumonia and malnutrition in the prison. Interesting, his last words were, "In overthrowing me, you have done more than cut down the trunk of the tree, of Black Liberty in Saint-Domingue. It will spring back from the roots, for they are numerous and deep." After Toussaint's death, Haiti was restored to French domination, and slavery was restarted again. However, the taste of freedom that Toussaint had the Haitians to feel was not forgotten. They continued to fight the French in the brutal revolution. Led by General Dessalines, the Haitian army fought a brutal war against the French army. Around 200,000 Haitians, 45,000 British, and 75,000 French, and 25,000 died in the bloody conflict. However, 50,000 of the French troops died of yellow fever. Later, Napoleon abandoned Haiti and sold the French territory in North America to the United States, was known as the Louisiana Purchase. An honorable mention for this presentation is Jean-Jacques Dessalines. Jean-Jacques Dessalines was a leader of the Haitian Revolution and first ruler of the independent Haiti under the 1805 Constitution. In 1804, after the French surrendered, Dessalines ordered the mass killings of the remaining white population on Haiti. Around 3,000 to 5,000 people were killed when the orders were carried out. Later, during a revolt, he was killed, or I guess assassinated in a revolt. And that's the end of my presentation.
All right, that's a really awesome job, Brother Mendez. Let's give it up for Brother Mendez here. Awesome job, and another shout out to you, brother, and to Mr. Wood for encouraging our brothers to take leadership roles and letting us know about influential African Americans, and not necessarily in America, right? Even abroad. A lot of African Americans have had a lot of influence abroad as well. So it's important that that we realize that there's a lot of history, a lot of great history in regards to African Americans. At this point, do I have any announcements from the teachers?
Good morning, Ms. Akbar, Ms. Garrett, Assistant Principal. Very quickly, I just wanted to welcome our new data controller on campus, Ms. Hasty, you guys. So we have a new data controller. Please feel free to go by or send her an email, Ms. Hasty. Also, attendance for credit is Saturday, so we will be working that out between today and tomorrow, making sure we finalize messages to you all that are supposed to be in attendance. So Ms. Hasty will be working with us on that. Thank you so much to Mr. Wood for these great Black History Month presentations. And then one final announcement is about hall passes. And a special shout out to Mr. Atkins, who will be creating hall passes for you all. Teachers, until Mr. Atkins is able to complete that project, please use any type of hall pass that you can, even if it's just a sticky note, to denote your student name, the time, and where they're going. And that's all that we need at this time, just so we can make sure students are safely transitioning back and forth through class. And also, if you could just send a note with students that are working in learning spaces. So beginning today, all hall passes are required. So brothers, please make sure that anytime you're in the hall during a non-passing period, you have a hall pass. All right, if you need anything and you're having trouble getting a hall pass, brothers, please immediately come to the front office. Thank you all very much and have a great day.
Well, thank you, Ms. Garrett. Ms. Walker? Oh, that's weird. Okay, Ms. Walker,
Okay.
you good now?
Okay, thank you. So I actually have two announcements. The first one is for all the students who are going to be performing in the Emperor's New Clothes today. You need to report to Drama Club when we dismiss the clubs. Also, for all of the high school and middle school theater production students, you just received your jackets, but I want to make sure that you wear them properly. So you need to wear them with your full uniform. That's the expectation. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Ms.
Good
Walker.
morning, this is Mr. Fernandez, Assistant Principal, and this message is for the 8th graders that were selected to take the NAEP test. Today's your day. Okay, and we understand we have clubs, so therefore you will be reporting to your NAEP, morning session, especially those 25 that received an invitation for this morning, and you have another group in the afternoon of 25 that received an invitation for the afternoon. So since we have clubs, you will be reporting to the library at 9:30. So at 9:30, I want teachers to let those 25 students to go to the library to take their NAEP test. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Fernandez. Do I have any other announcements from the teachers? Okay, then, at this time, let's all dismiss the clubs and then let's make it a great day here at Bamla. Have a nice day, everyone.